Guys, what is going on? Welcome to a special video. I wanted to do something different here. This is going to be a top 10 video. As you can see from the title, this is going to be my top 10 predictions for WWE in 2018. As of the day that I'm recording this video, it is December the 27th. Hard to believe we only have 4 days left in the year until 2018. What a year it's been. Just in general, high points, low points. It's been all over the place. But of course, I wanted to do something different here. I'm going to give you some of my predictions. 10 predictions for 2018. So we'll start with number 10 and then work our way up to number 1. The 1 in 10 and 1. So, without further ado, let's get into some predictions. This is going to be fun. And like I said, like I'm about to say, leave your comments down below. I want to see what your predictions are for 2018 for WWE. What would you like to see? What do you think will happen? Number of different possibilities. This is just my own thoughts and opinions. Like I said, feel free to share yours, and I will be sure to respond to those comments down below. And without further ado, let's get into some predictions. So, starting off with number 10, my prediction here is I will predict that Vince McMahon will announce either a restart of the XFL or he will buy the Carolina Panthers and begin operations in 2019. Now, there has been rumors floating around that Vince, started this Alpha Sports Entertainment Fund. He's putting his own money into this secondary company outside of WWE. And there's rumors that possibly in January, Vince will announce the restart of the XFL. It's also interesting on the note, like I said, I don't watch football, but from what I've heard, the Carolina Panthers looking for new owners. So is there a possibility that Vince buys a football team? You never know. But if there is an announcement next year, I wouldn't see anything happening at least for another year or possibly 2 years. I just don't think there would be enough time. Unless he's an owner of a football team, maybe there would be enough time. I'm not sure about all the details and specifics. But yeah, that is my prediction for number 10. Number 9, I believe Goldberg will be the headliner for the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2018. There were rumored names out there for the class of 2018, with likes such as the Dudley Boys, Goldberg. I'd also like to see Vader go in. I think he's long overdue. But I believe, due to the positive reception that Goldberg got with his last run, I was a fan of it, enjoyed it. It was great seeing him back. It would make sense if it's not The Undertaker. I think it's one of two possibilities. I'm going with Goldberg, and I have The Undertaker in my predictions video, so we'll get to him later on. But I believe Goldberg will be the first inductee, the headliner for the 2018 WWE Hall of Fame. Prediction number 8. Speaking of The Undertaker, as you all know, he is appearing on Raw 25, and I'm going on a bold prediction here. There's always rumors around this time of year. Have we seen the last of The Undertaker in the ring? I would like to believe that we have, but something tells me that we're going to see The Undertaker wrestle, despite that great send-off, one more time at WrestleMania 34. I believe The Undertaker will come out on Raw. Either he's going to... It's not just going to be like, hi, I'm here, I'm going to hit a choke slam and leave. It's either he's going into the Hall of Fame, but I just don't... It could happen, but in my predictions here, I'm predicting that he will wrestle at WrestleMania 34. Part of me wants to think that we saw his retirement in 33. It was a great the best send-off that you could do. But there's another part of me that says, if that's his last match, that left a lot to be desired. I'd like to see The Undertaker go out on a great note, on a high note, rather than the match we saw him go out in, which was sad to watch as a fan of The Undertaker. And especially the build-up, which I felt was lacking for the final match of The Undertaker's career. It just felt flat to me. So there is that. So we'll see, but I'm predicting we'll see The Undertaker wrestle at WrestleMania 34. Number 7, I believe Rusev and Aiden English will become SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. Or if they go to Raw Tag Team Champions in 2018. It's amazing how organically Rusev has got over with the Happy Rusev Day, because, of course, every single day on planet Earth is, you know it, Rusev Day. At first, I wasn't sold on the tag team of Aiden English and Rusev, but they've grown on me over time, and hell, I'd like to see them challenge for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships and have a nice run with it. Rusev's getting over on his own, God forbid. I hope they don't cut this guy's nuts off. Let's run with it. Let's see how far you can take it. I know Vince has to control every little aspect, and if he doesn't, his fingers all tied in it, if he didn't come up with it, God forbid, I hope they don't, cut Rusev short here, because he's actually, after a lousy 2017, his return, the injury, and what have you, just losing and losing and losing, crowd's getting behind him, so you know what? Go with it. And I'd like to see them as SmackDown Tag Team Champions in 2018. So that's my prediction right there. Going on to number 6. As we all know, Dean Ambrose out up to, choose what you want to believe, 9 months according to WWE. Dirt sheets say 2 to 3 months. I'd hope to see him back in 2 to 3 months, but if it takes 9 months, so be it. However, whenever Dean Ambrose returns, I believe the seeds have been planted with what happened on Raw this past week. Really shocking and kind of out of nowhere. Rollins and Jordan are the Raw Tag Team Champions. We'll see where that goes. Doesn't really make that much sense, but in a way it could all be tied together. As we all know, Ambrose was taken out by Joe in storyline. But in the match, storyline-wise, him and Rollins, they had some, I think Rollins did the suicide dive, and Ambrose landed awkwardly on, he was already injured, but in the storyline, his elbow, that could be a seed that is planted for Ambrose, harboring anger and animosity towards Seth Rollins. And likewise, you could tie in the fact that Jordan and Rollins are now tag team champions. Ambrose is angry and upset that Rollins replaced him out of the blue. Like, what the hell? We were tag champs. Why would you just replace me? Ergo, this leads to Dean Ambrose returning either 2 to 3 months or 9 months from now. One of those two. But when he comes back, I think we see Ambrose turn on Rollins, and we get a blood feud between Ambrose and Seth Rollins. That's my pick. I'd like to see it. Hopefully Ambrose comes back sooner rather than later. I'd hate to see him miss WrestleMania, but if he has to wait, so be it. Health always comes first. But that's my pick right there. Number 5. With Roman Reigns probably going to win the Universal Championship coming out of WrestleMania, I think a great post-WrestleMania feud would be between Roman Reigns and Finn Balor, two guys that have history. They're at 1 win apiece for the Universal Championship. If you're not going to do Balor and Lesnar, and we all know that they're probably not, seeing as how Lesnar's booked for the Rumble, and most likely Reigns will be the number 1 contender heading into WrestleMania. I think a Roman Reigns-Finn Balor feud would be great for both guys. I think it would lead to a series of excellent matches. I think it could bring out the best in Roman Reigns, and it could also bring out the best in Finn Balor and finally give him something of note to do after a lackluster year of booking. So that is what I would like to see coming out of post-WrestleMania. Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor for the Universal Championship. Speaking of post-WrestleMania, this segues nicely here to my number 4 prediction. I predict that the Authors of Pain, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, and once he is healed, Drew McIntyre will be called up to the main roster on the post-WrestleMania, I should say. Billie Kay Peyton Royce, they're a nice act. They've been down in NXT for quite a while. I think they have nothing left to accomplish there, so why not bring them up? Same with the Authors of Pain. I think you hold them off till after WrestleMania, inject them into the Raw Tag Team division, which needs them, and that would help breathe some new life into that division. Then you have the Revival. You have Cesaro and Sheamus, Authors of Pain, Slater and Rhino if you ever choose to do something with them, and I'd like to see them reunite Enzo and Cass. Why not? There's another team right there. So there you go, and Anderson and Gallows if they ever decide to do anything with them. And then finally, Drew McIntyre. There were rumors of him being called up, but of course the injury happened, but I think once he heals up, we'll see him back on the main roster and hopefully booked much, 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 much better than he was when he was in 3MB. God, I'd like to delete that from my memory. So, there you go. My number 3 pick is Braun Strowman will become a world champion in 2018. Hasn't happened yet. Once we get through this Strowman-Kane feud, which seems to never end, Strowman will be fine. He'll come out, still have his momentum. I think he'll be okay. He won't take the pin at the Royal Rumble. Where do you go with him from there? Well, if he's not winning the title at Mania, I think post-Mania, at least by SummerSlam, that's my pick. He will be world champion before or by SummerSlam. Pick number 2 here. Prediction number 2, I should say. I believe that Hulk Hogan will finally make his return to WWE after being fired over 3 years ago on the 25th anniversary of Monday Night Raw. It would be the right time, right place. He made his apology. You know, it is what it is. You move on. He said hateful things. It doesn't take anything away from that. What he said was wrong and disrespectful. But I think enough time, as I always say, time has healed all wounds, and I think we will see Hulk Hogan return on the 25th anniversary of Monday Night Raw on January the 22nd, which is shaping up to be a great, I can't wait for that. Yeah, hopefully it's a great anniversary show. And my final prediction here, number 1, I believe Daniel Bryan will return to the ring and wrestle at WrestleMania 34. A lot of back and forth being said. Will he be cleared? Won't he be cleared? I'm going with my gut feeling. I think we will see. Well, irregardless, if Bryan leaves, we'll see him wrestle anyways. But I believe the seeds have been planted for a match between Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 34. That's my prediction. You'll see that show up on my WrestleMania card predictions, but I think we are headed there. But yeah, guys, those are my top 10 predictions for WWE in 2018. Like I said, leave your own comments, your top 10 predictions down below in the comments section. Always enjoy getting that feedback going. And that does it for this video. I want to say thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to click my like and subscribe button here on youtube.com/DanielGuys412 for all the latest content that I bring your way. Once again, thank you for watching this video. I will be back up here in my next video, whenever that may be. So until then, guys, thanks for watching. Take care and have a great rest of your day.